Good morning, everybody. So today's video, top 10 citrus bombs for the summer of 2025. With this video here, you're gonna get some cheapies, designers, and including some niche. Unfortunately, with this video here, there's two bottles that are missing because everything I was able to take out of storage, but some are actually packed away at a different location. First one, and not in any numerical order, and I also gotta state this, you don't need all of these. All you need is maybe one, two at the absolute most. But first one is gonna be Azzaro Homme Cologne Intense. This is absolutely beautiful. It's got a lot of fresh lavender, so it kind of gives off this like old school fougere vibe. But it's the lime. The lime just absolutely pops and it radiates. But there's also gonna be mastic that kind of gives off a little bit of like an ambery vibe. It's not overly ambery, but it's just like a citrus bomb with a lot of lavender. And that mastic adds a little bit of warmth to this. This has some of the old school DNA, which I'm not a fan of the original. But this is just a lot more easy to wear and it's a lot more mass appealing and definitely a lot more modern. This is, I find, might resonate a little bit more with the older guys because of that like old school, like a little bit of that original DNA. But if you're a young guy who likes it, then of course, rock it. I'm not gonna go too deep into the actual descriptions because it's very warm in here. And some of these, they just smell the same in all fairness, okay? So any reviews, if it interests you, they will all be down in the description box below. But number 2 is gonna be Margiela Under the Lemon Tree. If you like lemon, this is one that you have to, like an absolute must. It's bright, it's a little sour, a little tart, but it's very energizing. The weird thing about this one here is that according to Fragrantica, it's lime. Whatever. I get this tart lemon with maybe lime itself. But there's also gonna be petit grain, there's gonna be some green tea, some mate. So it's a citrus bomb that's green. There's also gonna be some rock rose, some musk, and including some cedar. For, I would say, like from this list, this is gonna be one of the more elegant citrus fragrances out there. Generally, a lot of these summer freshies, they're like casual, they're feel good, which there's nothing wrong with. But every now and then you want something, like if you're going to like a daytime semi-formal event in the summertime, you want something that's gonna be a little bit like, that's fresh, maybe clean, but that's gonna be a little bit more elegant. Like if I'm living in, let's say like Hawaii, you know, and I'm going to like a formal event, I don't wanna wear Nautica Voyage, which is a great fragrance, but it's a more of a laid-back, casual kind of vibe, which that is the vibe of Hawaii. But I'm gonna reach for something like this, including something like this. Number 3, not my bottle, but oh my God, this stuff is so good. I'm kind of debating whether or not to get a bottle, but this is actually my buddy Chad Secret's bottle. Dior Homme Cologne 2022. This stuff is just so incredibly fresh. It's very much like a frosted or like an iced lemon with musk, and there's gonna be grapefruit blossom. This is just such a feel-good banger. This is the epitome of just relaxation. If you want something that's really gonna leave that pep to your step, more so than the first two, this is the type of fragrance that you want. Just this frosted iced lemon with a lot of musk. Let's change things up and go with a niche, shall we? Atelier Cologne's Pacific Lime. This stuff here, wow. Like Atelier does amazing fragrances, like just naturally fresh fragrances. This has a lot of lime. A lot of lime. The lime itself is zesty, it's uplifting, it's bright, but you're also gonna get eucalyptus and coconut. There is gonna be a little bit of mint, but to add a little bit more citrus, there's gonna be this lemon. For me, it's more lime than anything. Eucalyptus and like the coconut with maybe a little bit of the mint. Just overall, it's fantastic. This is absolutely like different than the other three because it does have that coconut tropical vibe. Then on top of that, you got the eucalyptus, and I've stated it in previous videos before. That's a note, like the smell of eucalyptus is not something that I enjoy. I must have had a bad experience as a kid, because even to this day, the plant itself, I don't care for. In some fragrances, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, it's blended to perfection if it's done right, such as this one here. You also get like the rolling garrots from Lacoste, which is not in this video. But this one here, if you want something that just smells so natural and smooth and like relaxing, if you can't get away in the wintertime and like you live in, like, let's say Canada, trust me, we get the winter blues up here. This is something that's going to help you deal with the winter blues. Let's stick with a niche, okay? But unfortunately, this is one of the ones that I don't have. It's packed away, but that's going to be Atelier Cologne's Orange Sanguine. This one got so much hype for, I don't know how, like, it's been years that it's been out, but whenever it makes like summer lists, like niche, a lot of people really do enjoy this one. It just has this really bright, natural citrus of blood orange, bitter orange. It's got mandarin, it's got like jasmine, geranium. There's gonna be some sandalwood, a little bit of tonka bean, and so on. Like, what I personally get, and that's just what's according to Fragrantica. What I get though is definitely a lot of just this beautiful, natural smelling citrus with maybe a little bit of that jasmine and perhaps a little bit of the geranium. It's been a little while since I've worn that. I have an official travel spray. I don't have a bottle, which I probably should invest in one, because, like, unfortunately in North America, these are all axed, they're discontinued, but it just smells so incredibly good. It's going to be a little bit different because of that blood orange, so a little bit different than the other ones that I mentioned, but oh, so damn good. Next one was launched this year in 2025, and that's going to be Hugo Boss Bottled Bold Citrus. This is very much like the name itself, bold citrus. This is just a citrus bomb that smells incredibly good but natural, and you wouldn't expect that from Hugo Boss. The last couple of years, like, their releases, they've been hitting out like home runs. A lot of their fragrances have been blended betterly, like just better ingredients, more, like, these smell more natural. This smells natural. You're gonna get a lot of lemon and bergamot. There's gonna be a little bit of bourbon geranium. There is vetiver, patchouli, and elemi. It's just very citrusy with a little bit of geranium with some earthiness to it. So like the vetiver and the patchouli. Performance on this, a lot of people were complaining that they only get like an hour, 2 hours tops. In all fairness, a lot of these fresh fragrances, they don't last more than like 5-6 hours. If you're expecting beast mode, then you're getting your hopes up, in all honesty, okay? Like, you just are. I get about 6 hours, in all honesty, okay? Like, people are saying, you capping. No cap. No cap! All right, so I'm just gonna toss that because it's a bad dad joke. But I'm not capping. Like, I'm too old for that lingo. Like, I know that a lot of rappers use like, oh, you capping, especially like a lot of the older guys like Fat Joe and Jadakiss, which I grew up on and I still listen to, but I don't know, guys. I am just too old for some of this lingo. But I ain't lying when I say I get about like 6 hours with this. I just spray very close. Like, if you want longer performance, spray closer with any of these fragrances, and that way it's going to last a little bit longer. You're going to get more of the oil sheen, and it's going to take longer for that to dry, meaning it's going to last longer. Next one is going to be a cheapie, and when I smelled this like years ago, I wasn't feeling it. I thought it smelled really cheap, and it's a little bit chemically. You know, like, you do pay for what you get, right? But that's going to be Burberry Weekend. This is actually pretty solid. It's just a citrus bomb with lemon, grapefruit, bergamot. It's got mandarin orange, got like ivy, melon. What also makes this a little bit different is going to be the honey. The honey is not very prominent, but there is this like a little bit of a sweet silkiness about it. Oak moss and musk. Just like a casual kind of vibe. And in all fairness, it's like one of the cheaper smelling ones as well. But this does leave a bit of a pep to your step. I think that this would be a great work scent, even though it's like weekend. Generally, you know, you want something that's just a little bit more casual, a little bit more low-key. It's the weekend. You want to just chill. But, you know, if you work a job that's like, let's say blue collar and then you're outside like I am, this is a great scent for y'all. Next one, let's go with a niche. Well, some people will say this is more like designer with niche price tags. And in all fairness, I could see both sides. Fortunately, don't have the bottle, but that's going to be Bond No. 9's Eau de New York. This, wow, this is a fantastic smelling fragrance. Now, Eau de New York, you're thinking like the Hudson's River, like just like the water itself. Yeah, no, that stuff's kind of like stinks a little bit, but this, oh God, it does smell natural. Like if you're one of those people that does say this is just designer, I will have to say it's high level designer. Like I'm talking like high level designer like a Dior, a Chanel, and I'm gonna put it out there. Even Givenchy does put out really good quality smelling fragrances. But with Bond No. 9's Eau de New York, you're gonna get petitgrain, grapefruit, watery notes. There's neroli, lemon verbena. There's gonna be white florals of jasmine, gardenia, lily, cyclamen. There's musk, oak moss, vetiver. Like there's so much going on. But for me, this is more of a, definitely the citrus, but it's very neroli heavy. It's like neroli with some cleanly white florals. High heat banger, definitely gonna leave that pep to your step. Number 9, this easily could be a unisex scent, even though it's from a men's company that only produces men's goods. And that's gonna be Dunhill Amalfi Citrus. This is nothing new. This, I've stated it when I talked about this, has that like Ferrari bright neroli vibe. It's got Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. It's got Tom Ford Sol di Positano. This is very neroli heavy. It's also got like lemon and bergamot. It's got like mandarin orange, bitter orange, green tea, jasmine, vetiver. Like there's a lot going on in this one here as well. But very much, again, I was going to reach for it. Don't have it. The Eau de New York, there is some similarities to it. I find that the Eau de New York Bond is a little bit more neroli dominated, a little bit more white florals. This, however, is definitely like a lot of citrus, very much neroli, but it has that cleanly white florals. It's just, in my opinion, it's Bond No. 9 Eau de New York, but lighter and a little bit more fresher. Also gotta say, this is gonna be one of the more elegant fragrances in this list as well. And last but not least is gonna be Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. This is discontinued, but you can still get it on Amazon. That's gonna be your best bet. You can also get it on eBay, and I can't really see this being counterfeited. I really can't. You know, it wasn't popular. Maybe that's the reason why that they axed it already. But this is also going to be one of the more elegant freshies, citruses, in this list. Yes, it is very citrus forward with bergamot, lemon, and petitgrain. But what makes this more elegant is going to be the iris. The iris is definitely, it's in the air. The iris and the citruses, it's just a boatload of citruses with iris. The iris gives off like a little bit of a waxy, powdery vibe. And I find is what adds this elegant, gentlemanly quality to it. There's also going to be vetiver, rosemary, musk, and ambroxan. But overall, citrus bomb with iris, and also, almost forgot to state, a ton of ambroxan. And the backbone is going to be that vetiver. And guys, top 10 citrus bombs for 2025. Any reviews that I've done on these, if you want more detailed reviews, I've talked about the majority of them. I haven't talked about this one here. I'm actually going to be doing this one with Chad's Secrets, so by the time that this video goes out, this one might be out as well, including the Atelier Orange Sanguine. Unfortunately, haven't done that one neither. If you like this video in this list, please drop me one of these. It does show YouTube and the algorithms that you like this type of content. What videos to watch next? Well, if you want to see I don't know how long it's been, but if you want to see a goofy thumbnail one, check it out right here. God, that thumbnail made people's avatars. Yeah, people were trolling me for that one, but because this is a summer banger, check out right here as well. So guys, thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.